Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and being a producer of Wrestle Massacre as well as Inside Movies Galore, I am David Streggy, and welcome to Delusions of Grandeur. Enjoy the reviews. I certainly did.
I'm setting the example. And what I've done is going to be puzzled over and studied and followed forever.
Yeah. Delusions of grandeur. You're no messiah. You're a movie of the week. You're a fucking t-shirt at best.
Okay, Dave, that's it. Screw you and your college flunkies. I've had enough of this from you and from everyone else. I know what you guys are trying to do. Break me down, drive me out of the force. Well, it's going to take a hell of a lot more than a lame prank like this to get Curtis Mooney to throw in his badge, so fuck you. Over.
Did you miss me? I guess not.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Delusions of Grandeur. I'm your host, David Streggy, and here, this is What's in My Room. And I'm here to show you some of my newest pickups, and just thought I'd start out with, well, let's see. What do I have here? So, here I have today. Today I picked this up with these new headphones that I have on here, along with a new mouse, new wireless keyboard, a monster, as it says on the thing. I picked this up, all of this up at Big Lots, and I actually watched this particular miniseries when it was on. It stars Tom Hiddleston and Hugh Laurie in The Night Manager. And The Night Manager is based on John le Carre's best-selling spy novel. It follows hotel manager Jonathan Pine, played by Tom Hiddleston, in his quest to bring down international arms dealer Richard Roper, played by Hugh Laurie. After being recruited by a British intelligence officer to infiltrate Roper's inner circle, Pine is thrust into a world of international intrigue, but in his quest to do the right thing, Pine must become a criminal himself. Includes all 6 unrated episodes as originally aired on the BBC. So this is something from BBC. Thought that was a good pickup. Next I have, I've been collecting these Viva Entertainment cartoons. I have to say animations. CGI animation, sometimes they look like claymation, that sort of thing. This one is called Vic the Viking, The Magic Sword. And I'm just going to say it looks like it's directed by Let's see. Get my handy flashlight here. Oot Engelhardt. And it's based on the design of Regisel Birge and Valerie Hadida. It's put out by Studio 100 Film, Studio 100 Animation, Studio 100 Media, Vision or Bivision, and in co-production with Second MG Group, SDF, BNP Paribas Fortis Film Finance, and in association with Universum Film Canal and Cine, with the support of Auf Deutsche Film Orderfonds, MFG Baden-Württemberg, FF Filmverns Funds Bayern, FFA Film Forderung Zanstalt, CNC Centre National du Cinéma et de l'Image Armée, Tax Shelter of the Belgium Federal Government, Walmage, La Wallonie, Your Images, Creative Europe, ProSerep Angola. And this says okay, so the music was by Oot Engelhardt. It's directed by Eric Kazes. Vic dreams of going on a thrilling Viking adventure, but his father doesn't think he has what it takes to become a true Viking. Everything changes when a magical sword turns Vic's mother into a golden statue. Now Vic and his father must overcome all dangers and obstacles and sail the forges of Loki in order to undo the sword's magic spell. So here I have Vic Viking, the magic sword. Next I have a film that is directed by Ryan Stacy from Concept Media Films. I bought this. It is called Trespassing. It's a Blu-ray. I think it's a feature. It's centered around a young photographer who quickly finds herself eluding a trio of mass killers while trying to navigate an abandoned property with many dark histories. So there we have Trespassing. Next, I have another one from that Viva Kids, Viva Entertainment thing. Let's see. The printing is very small on this one, so it's like they really didn't really want you to read it. But I'll read the back here. As the only hen who can't lay eggs, Turuleka is the laughingstock among the rest of the chickens. However, Turu can understand humans, sing and dance. Her life takes an unexpected turn when she joins the circus, becomes a star, faces off with the evil Armando Tramas, who is plotting to close down the circus and capture Turuleka for his own villainous gains. So here I have Turu, the Wacky Chicken. It's another animation. I'm going to check that out eventually. Next, I have Eric Roberts, Bill Orbison Jr., and Mindy Robinson in a film directed by Joe Lujan, The Immortal Wars Resurgence. Supposedly, this is based on the comic book series The Vanquishers. The war for freedom has just begun. Tricalypse joins forces with rebel leader Calera and her team of freedom fighters. They must now fight back to bring Dominion, Eric Roberts, down and expose him to the world. So here I have the Immortal Wars Resurgence. Next I have Tales from the Carnal Morgue. This is the unrated director's cut of this. I believe this is put out by Steel Web Studios. And it says we have the Carnal Morgue presents its first DVD collection of short films. Each story is presented in the original director's cut, with all the macabre goodies thrown in. Mail Order Bride, Mr. Buttons, and Sustenance. So Steve is a computer nerd who purchases a high-tech love doll to cure his lonely streak. Unfortunately, his doll is a little defective. Mr. Buttons. Young Kelly receives a strange rag doll for her birthday. Over time, she realizes it has the power to grant wishes, but always with horrific consequences. And Sustenance, a beautiful woman obsessed with her weight, is captured and forced to endure the ultimate killer diet. And I'm trying to see. Nope, nothing in this one. So, this is not my first by David Quitmeyer. Because I have and happen to have here his signed feature, and if you can see that, it says, "Keep up the body count." Signed by David Quitmeyer. And this is the unrated director's cut of Slaughter Disc, A Tale from the Carnal Morgue. Let me just X this out here. The original Morgue presents its first twisted tale of macabre erotica. Mike loves porn. Unfortunately, he is blinded by his addiction to XXX pornography, as it slowly eats away at every aspect of his life. One day, a mysterious DVD arrives in the mail, and Mike quickly begins to realize there is a much darker side to the world of adult entertainment. Bondage, murder, self-mutilation, cannibalism, necrophilia, these are just the icing on the cake of this journey into hell. Steel Web Studios presents Slaughter Disc, A Tale of the from the Carnal Morgue, starring Caroline Peace and Robert Williams, written, directed, and produced by David Quitmeyer. The music is composed by Peter J. Gurita, and the makeup and effects are done by Catherine and Ashley. So, here I have Slaughter Disc from the Carnal Morgue. Next, I have Stardog and Turbo Cat. This has Luke Evans, Nick Frost, Gemma Arterton, Bill Nighy, and Charlie D'Amelio in it as voice actors. And this is put out by Viva Entertainment. But the production companies that are working with this are Headgear Films, Metro Technology, Screen Yorkshire, and Kaleidoscope Film Distribution. Present a Red Star 3D film, Stardog and Turbo Cat. Launched into space by a scientist owner in 1969, loyal dog Buddy Crash lands in the present day in a small town where pets are no longer welcome. Desperate to be reunited with his owner, Buddy recruits a tech whiz cat named Felix, and together they embark on a daring madcap adventure, starring Luke Evans, Nick Frost, Gemma Arterton, and Bill Nighy. Stardog and Turbo Cat is a hilarious animated tale about friendship, heroism, and the bond between a pet and owner. So here I have Stardog and Turbo Cat. Okay, next I have Red Rage. This one is directed by Sabas de Michael. It's put out by SB Releasing from Echo Bridge Entertainment, and it has a tagline of "They will eat you alive." Red Devil is the most addictive drug ever created, but its supply is running low, leading addicts to do anything, even kill, for its taste. Couple Ella and Oscar Knight have had enough. While they search the streets for Oscar's drug-addicted brother, William, they kill every drug dealer they find along the way, celebrating their cleaning of the streets with erotic interludes. Meanwhile, another addict named Riley is out killing anyone who possesses Red Devil or tries to take it away from him. With tensions running high, there is chaos in the underground world of drugs. And Pluie, tagline of Too Chicken to Fly, with John Stamos, Sean Astin, and Jerry Garcia voicing these birdies. In order to survive the cruel winter months, Pluie, a young flightless plover chick, must take on a dangerous journey to find a legendary valley located in the heart of the Highlands. While on his journey, he needs to stay hidden from the ever-watchful eyes of a ravenous falcon who has been terrorizing his family and friends for years. He realizes that the only way to save his loved ones is learning to fly and become the plover his father taught him to be. And it is really hard to see who's directed this on the back of this film, but it was put out by Kids Viva. Alright. Next, I have Operation Cicero. This says it's based on a true story. Ilyas Bosna works as a butler in the British Embassy in Turkey during World War II. He soon finds himself embroiled in the world of espionage after being recruited by Germany to be a spy for them. He is given the code name Cicero, based on the incredible true story of the one man who had the secrets that could change the course of history. This is directed by Serdar Akar. And it stars Erdal Besikoglu, Berku Berksik, Ertan Sabin, Murat Garib Bagaglu, Tamer Levent, Mehmet Ule, and Sigdem Selisik Onat. So, distributed by ITN Distribution. I'm going to check that out eventually. I love a good old school. So this is limited edition season 1 of Squatched. It's created by Sean Burkett. And it says here there are so many stories and legends about Bigfoot, but what if they were all wrong? What if Bigfoot has a different perspective? That's from Concept Media Films, or conceptmediallc.com. Definitely check them out. Came not too long ago. This one came today, though this one has quite some history. It says as a tagline, when demons rise, somebody's got to take them down. Kill every last one. This is directed by William X. Lee. Kyle Rush, played by E.J. Toxie, is a professional thief hired by a mysterious man known as Dr. Montorio. Played by Harlow Keith. The scene of the crime is the Mazakel Art Museum in South Africa. The prize, a mysterious text known as the Liber Malorum, a book shrouded in secrecy and legend that is suspected of being able to turn the dead into supernatural killing machines. When the heist goes awry, Montorio gets away with the book and Kyle is left with regrets and a vendetta. Get the book, get revenge. In a bizarre twist, Kyle is thrown into the mix with a martial arts expert and former covert operative named Matthias Locke, played by William Lee, who is troubled by his past life. That he has given up all violence and converted to Buddhism. When the book falls into the hands of Kyle and Matthias, Montorio reappears with the Mandrakes, a band of half-dead killers. The stage is now set for an epic around-the-world chase that can either save or destroy the planet. Written and directed by William X. Lee of Black Mamba and Treasure of the Ninja. So, this is distributed by Widowmaker, but Widowmaker is also a Bayview Entertainment line of horror films, if you get my drift. And this used to be called Demons Rising, just so you know. So, next I have Killer Man. This is a Canadian release. And it stars Liam Hemsworth, a New York City money launderer desperately searches for answers after waking up with no memory, millions in stolen cash and drugs, and an insane crew of dirty cops violently hunting him down. Killer Man. And it looks like it's directed by Malik Bader. So here is another animation from Viva Kids or whatever. It is called Monkey King, Hero is Back. It stars Jackie Chan's voice. And it is directed by Tien Xiaopan. The all-powerful Monkey King once roamed freely between heaven and earth, but after angering the gods, he was imprisoned within an ice cage, deep within the mountains. 500 years later, monsters attack a small village, and a child flees to the mountains. Unknowingly, the child releases the Monkey King from his curse. With the help and encouragement from this special child, Monkey King must now save the village from the evil mountain lord and his monstrous army. Yeah. Definitely checking that out eventually. Alright, what else is here? I have a couple more here. So next I have Hector in Hector and the Search for Happiness. And this has Simon Pegg, Toni Collette, Rosamund Pike, Stellan Skarsgård, Jean Reno, Christopher Plummer. Everyone wants to find it. It's directed by Peter Chelson, from the director of Serendipity, and based on the acclaimed novel comes the funny, imaginative film with an all-star cast. By all appearances, Hector has it all: a successful psychiatry practice, a comfortable home, and a beautiful, loving girlfriend, Rosamund Pike. However, he is frustrated that he can't provide his patients with real happiness, or even define it for them. So he decides to travel the world in search of the elusive emotion. From rural China to Africa and even to Los Angeles, Hector's trek is as hilarious as if is enlightening in this richly satisfying comedy that also stars Toni Collette, Christopher Plummer, and Stellan Skarsgård. I'm glad to check that out eventually. Next, I did pick this up from Dollar Tree, as I did the last one. Original Sin. It's directed by Gloria Estefan, or it's based on a play, it looks like. That's kind of odd. Performed. Oh, okay. So Gloria Esteban performed You Can't Walk Away from Love for this movie. But this movie is written for the screen and directed by Michael Christopher. And it stars Angelina Jolie and Antonio Banderas. Original Sin. Sexy Antonio Banderas, the Mask of Zorro, teams with Oscar-winning sensation Angelina Jolie, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, for this sultry, sexy film in which sex is used the old-fashioned way, as a deadly weapon. Detroit Free Press, filled with the surprises on top of surprises. This engrossing film weaves a web of lust, never-ending love and danger into an erotic thriller of desire, disillusion, and obsession. Wealthy Cuban coffee merchant Louis Vargas, played by Banderas, only knows his bride to be through letters of love, and when he finally meets Jolie, on their wedding day, he is astounded and left breathless by her beauty and smoldering sexuality. But behind all that beauty, a devious mind is at work. And when he finds his business in ruins, his life in shambles, and his new wife on the run, Louis begins a relentless pursuit for the woman who not only stole his money, but also his heart. But he'll stop at nothing to get her back. So here we have Original Sin. Next, I thought this was a cute film. Positively hilarious. Anyways, the film is called Cats. It's an animation. And it appears to be written and directed by Gary Wang. What a last name to have. Cape, a restless, curious, and smart yellow kitten, lives in a high-rise apartment with his overprotective father, Blanket, and a lively parrot named Mac. Cape dreams of adventure outside of his sheltered home, whereas Blanket prefers the safety of staying indoors. When Cape learns about a mythical land where cats can live freely and happily, he sets out on a quest to find it. Blanket and Mac set off on the outside world to find Cape and bring him home. What awaits for both father and son is an adventure of a lifetime that will transform them both. So here we have Cats. Next, I thought this was kind of interesting. It stars Honoria Zurio, Danny Glover, and Udo Kier in a film called Ulysses, A Dark Odyssey. And it loosely is based on Ulysses, the story, the Odyssey. Tourist City, the United States of Europe, 2023. Uli, a disillusioned soldier riddled with amnesia, returns home from a war in the Middle East, knowing only that he must desperately comb the city to find his beloved wife, Penelope. Fate fills this endless night with a series of chance meetings, whether it to be wealthy Alkide, the beastly Cyclops Popov, Ayo the gypsy, or Sissy the sorceress. Good or evil they must that they be. Each encounter fills in a missing piece of Uli's memory, so that he can finally face his past. So there we have Ulysses, A Dark Odyssey. It was interesting. Next, I have another animation. It's called Harvey and the Magic Museum. This one, let's see, definitely a lot of producers, but it seems to be, this is directed by Martin Kotuk and Ina Evelankova, and it's co-directed by Jesper Miller. Harvey is a 10-year-old boy with a passion for video games. When his computer breaks down, Harvey, his pet dog Jerry, and his best friend Monica set out to explore the city's old abandoned puppet museum. The young adventurers get more than they bargained for when Harvey accidentally activates a legendary power, bringing the puppets and the evil puppet master Bastor back to life. Here we have Harvey and the Magic Museum. Next, this is another Canadian release called Gloria Bell. It stars Julianne Moore. It seems to be directed by Sebastian Lelio. And this is what it's about. Gloria, played by Julianne Moore, is a free-spirited middle-aged divorcee who spends her days at a straight-laced office job and her nights on the dance floor. After meeting Arnold, played by John Turturro, on a night out, she suddenly finds herself thrust into an unexpected new romance filled with both the joys of budding love and the complications of mature dating. So, definitely going to check that out. I love John Turturro. Next, I have John Leguizamo and Mario Cantone voicing some creatures in Fish and Chips, the movie. This is directed by Dan Kirsch. This is put out by Fish and Chips Productions, and it's Viva Pictures. Fish and Chips, the movie, tells the story of a young fish named Fish who wishes he could have evolved to be able to live on land, and his feline nemesis, Chips, who wants to steal from the tooth of a fish that ate his ancestors. Together, Fish and Chips tear across both land and sea in this hilarious animated adventure as they face off for the love of some catfish and for the tooth of Fish's ancestor, starring John Leguizamo as the Feisty Chips. This film is fun for the whole family. There we have Fish and Chips, the movie. Sorry, Fish and Chips, the movie. It looks fun. I'm looking forward to that. Next, I have another animated film called Felix and the Hidden Treasure. It is let's see, it's composed by Giles Leviel, and it is looking for, okay, there's an animation director that goes by Jan Tremblay. It's okay, original idea and directed by Nicolas LeMay. So 12-year-old Felix is convinced that his father, who went missing at sea 2 years ago, is still alive. So Felix sets off to find him, accompanied by Tom, a retired sailor, Squawk, a thieving one-legged parrot, and Rover, a cat who acts like a dog. Their journey leads them to Dark Shadow Island, where they find a secret underground city, ruled by the tyrannical Morgay, keeper of an incredible treasure. So here I have Felix and the Hidden Treasure. Next I have what looks like a cutesy kind of a film of animation. This looks more like claymation-ish. Not quite sure what kind of... but it's put out by Viva Pictures, or Kids Viva. It's called Elf on the Run. Every year, the elves bring a new spring. Tim, a newly trained elf, accidentally wanders off and is captured by the local circus. When young Teresa finds him, she helps Tim escape, and together they form an unbreakable bond. But the only way to truly save Tim will be finding a way to get him back to his people. So here I have Elf on the Run. Next, I have a film called Dark Water. This is directed by Roman Karamov. It's put out by ITN Productions. In the water of a small forgotten village in the middle of nowhere sits an old abandoned boat. That is, until Maxim, his girlfriend, and his brother arrive to repair it and set sail. While working on the boat, they learn of a fire that had taken place on board and caused the death of several children. The waters where the boat is docked are where the souls of the dead prey upon the living. At first, Maxim brushes off the legend, but when his brother begins acting strange, he starts to believe that the waters may in fact be cursed. So here I have Dark Waters. Alright. Couple of more here. Alright, so this is another one from Concept Media Films. This has a tagline of "Perception isn't everything." It's called Cinematic Reality. And it's a Brandon Pruitt film. Tony is a flawed man. He tries to make the right decisions, but they always seem to be the wrong ones. After a short stay in prison, Tony is trying to get his life back together so that he can be a part of his daughter's life. Tony makes a stop at a local convenience store that will forever change his life. He sees a robbery in progress inside. This is how he will win back his life. Tony reaches into his glove box, grabs his gun, and leaps into action. Tony rushes inside and shoots the robber. Not only is he the hero of the story, but yet again the villain. In a panic, he holds the group hostage until he can create a new plan. Hopefully this one will be the right one. So here we have Cinematic Reality. Next, I picked this up at Dollar Tree. And the next one after this. This has... Well, it's a film by Camille Delamare, but it stars Paul Walker, David Bell, and RZA in Brick Mansions. This is one of the last films that we will see Paul Walker in before he died. Fast and Furious star Paul Walker takes it to the limit in this gritty thrill ride packed with high-flying parkour stunts. Walker stars as Damien, an undercover cop determined to bring down Tremaine, the crime lord who murdered his father. Tremaine rules the violent criminal compound known as Brick Mansions, but he's thwarted at every turn by a heroic ex-convict named Lino, played by David Bell. Their paths never should have crossed, but when Tremaine kidnaps Lino's girlfriend, Damien and Lino become unlikely allies and must work together to stop Tremaine's sinister plot to devastate the entire city. So here I have Brick Mansions. I have not seen this yet. I know that some people have. So this is what I would call an urban film. I don't know whether it's horror or what, but it looks like it's a drama film. But here I have All About Eve. It's an all-black cast, from what I understand, from Diamond Group Pictures, put out by ITN. ITM Entertainment, I believe? Or Distribution. Yes. And it's directed by Adze Uga. All About Love is a love triangle story which involves two inseparable lovebirds played by Chris Atto and Katlego Denka, who face the bitter side of love when cheating and betrayal hits their relationship. So here I have All About Love. Definitely going to check that out when I get a chance. And Abstraction is a short film, from what I understand, but this has a tagline of what happens when friction infects reality. And it's a short film directed by Anthony Rouse. It definitely seems to have quite a few laurels. But let me tell you what it's about. Justine, a once accomplished writer, is currently on a press tour with her publisher, Gabe, in an attempt to revitalize her career. She isolates herself from any and all distractions while at the same time battling for the spotlight. But she soon comes to realize that she is being tormented by a character she wrote that ruined her creative drive 2 years earlier and has caused her career to plummet. The voices in her head have become louder than ever. So here I have Abstraction. This is a Blu-ray. It is from Concept Media Productions. Or Concept Media, whatever. But I guess Anthony Rouse's production company is called Cinescape Studios. So definitely check this out. Alrighty, I think that's about it for today, but I will definitely have some more in store for you, so definitely thank you for letting me show you what I have, and I look forward to showing you some more. So come by anytime and like, share, and subscribe, and hopefully you enjoy what I show you every single time. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
You were good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see?